Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do, well, it's Mini Monday Madness, so we have to do some minis. And we're doing mini day and night, cabin in the woods. So let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. Here's my tiny piece, 3" by 3" watercolor cold pressed paper. That's 100% cotton. That's Arches that I've been using. I taped it down using Scotch brand magic tape. What I do first, which I've mentioned many times, is that the tape is very sticky. So in order to make it less sticky, I take the actual tape piece, just place it on my pants, and then I place it down. So that's like, it has the fiber from the pants on here, and it makes it less sticky. And I have my paints over here. I'll be telling them which paints I'm using. And I'll just show you a quick tutorial on how to draw a little cabin. I mean, this is pretty easy. I'll zoom in a little bit. There's a little line there. Can you see that? Like a box, rectangle box. See, you can make another box with a triangle, like that. And for the snow, you're just gonna do like that. So obviously you would be erasing this part, and then you're leaving this, that's going to be white in the door, the window. I don't know if you can paint that small or not, but that gives you an indication. Okay. So I did my little house drawing here. It's very lightly in my 2H pencil. And I put a mound of snow, like here, on a curved line. So we're going to zoom in a little bit, and there you go. All right. So we're going to be using that wet on wet technique up the top by the sky part of the house. You want to not hit the house part if you can. Avoid it. Just get your brush wet. Just cover the part you're going to paint. So right here, like so. There you go. Just get that wet. Now, over here I've mixed, pull back a little bit. Over here I've mixed some indigo paint, and I have this purple Mystic Art Philosophy concentrated watercolor. You can use purple watercolor. You don't have to use that. And we're just going to let it bleed down. It's a very dark, deep blue. Can add a little purple. Give it a little dimension. You don't have to make it this color blue. You can add some, let's see, I've got some ultramarine over here. Put some of that in. See how light that is? Let that bleed to the bottom. Pull these colors down. Play around with it however you like it. Do not have to follow exactly how I do it. I'm just giving you an idea. That's the whole point of the tutorials. I've been seeing so many great pictures on Instagram. People have been sharing what they've been painting, which is fantastic, and tagging me, which is great. You know, embellishing how they feel like they want to embellish, which is great. That's the whole point, is that you see how I do it, you take that idea and you run with it. It's like in college, the teachers would teach us the basic fundamentals, but then we have to take that and make it our own. And that's what my hope is for you, is that you get the idea, you stop playing around with it, and then when you feel a little more confident, you just break out of your shell and do your own thing. Now I know that reflection is an issue with my lighting. I'm sorry, people. I had bought these great lamps that I was going to do new tutorials with, and one of the bulbs just died. It's very frustrating. So I have to go and order another one on Amazon. They're awesome. But just, you know, that's the problem sometimes. So I'm going to let this dry and we're going to come back. Okay, now that that's dry, we're going to come back. By the way, I never told you what kind of brush I was using. I was using a Windsor and Newton Cotman series, number 8, for this whole area, and I probably use it for pretty much everything. Now I'm going to get my paint wet. I'm going to get just a red crimson right here. We're going to make that little house red. If you want to leave white for the windows. Such. And this one I'm going to be painting the door black, so I don't need to necessarily have it leave a space that's white. Red cabin in the woods. On the snow, I'm going to grab some, I have this new turquoise, just a cheap paint from Michael's. And there's so many great turquoise. I had overused my Dr. P.H. Martin's turquoise. It is completely empty. This is it, ice blue. Love this. They're great. They're tricky to work with because they're very concentrated and pretty intense, and sometimes the color just sticks on the paper and you can't kind of move it around like watercolor. So you really have to play around with it. So I'm just going to do the turquoise blue shadowing the snow on the edge here. Picked up a little red. It's okay. Just touching the edges. Shadowing the snow over here. If you can see that, it's very faint. If you want to add in some darker blue, give it more of a shadow. Like so. See that? Zoning in right there. And now we're going to add our black for the trees. I'm just going to do like a little line and just mush it around. Just mushing it. Like so. Mushy. Because they're like in shadow of the night, so they're black. Now for the red, it's just, it's too bright, it's too solid red. It doesn't have that. Let's see if it's still wet. It's a little wet, so we're going to dry that to come back. We're going to do the trees first. I want to add a little shadow so it looks like a realistic cabin. So you see I'm just kind of mushing the lines and the trees. There you go. So I'm going to dry the little house. I want to spare you the hairdryer noise and then come back. Okay, we're back. So this part rectangle of the house should be a darker version value of the front because it's in shadow. So we're taking a darker red and making that section darker. Because if it was the same color, it would not make sense. It's not in shadow if it's on the side. You see that? Just changes it up. I'm going to add the black door. As soon as it's like the light shining through. Lights are on, but nobody's home. You want to put yellow on the windows? You could do that. I'll grab my little yellow here. It might bleed to the red, but we'll see. It's a little bleeding. Okay. Little too anxious. And the roof is looking a little too whitish, so I'm going to add some more of that blue on the edges again. Just giving it that. Again, down here, looking a little too light with that shadow. So you know that the shadow from the house. You could add a chimney if you wanted to on the side. Kind of cute. Down here, if it looks too pale for you, you could take like the blue again, like a snow mound. Just a little light. If you want to add, I have a golden edge number 2 brush. Take some brown, or make little grass spikes, like you see in the snow. You could add a green tree, whatever you feel like. Now, always for the snow, the simple part is you take the gouache, white gouache. I have some Windsor and Newton here. Get it a fairly good consistency. I know you can use a toothbrush. You can use any kind of brush, really. That's got a stiffness to it. I'm going to grab this flat brush. It's a watercolor brush, but it's a little stiff, see? Get the gouache wet, not super wet, depending on how much you want. You might want to test out the bristles a little. See, that's not wet enough. So I think I'm going to use a different brush. I'm going to go back to my, this is like an acrylic brush. Let me see, my fingers are all painted. And use this because it's working better. The other one I tested out didn't work as well. So here I got my gouache, put it on here. I could test it over here. Pull it back so you can see. Test it over here. And it's really doing some really snow. So we're going to just sprinkle it on our little night scape as it's snowing. It's Christmas Eve. Whoop! That got a little out of control. Might not want to do that. Go back in and fix it. There you go. If you want to put some snow on the trees, you could do that. Now see, that made the big blob in the front of the red. You can just try and take some of that off. Get a little water on your brush. Fixable. And add the watercolor back. Yeah, see? You fix that. Isn't that cute? So there's a simple wintry watercolor scene. Let me pull this up. That anybody could do this. You could put it in one of these little teeny 3x3 frames. I find them in Hobby Lobby, Michael's. How cute that is. Very cute. I'm going to the next one. Okay, for the day cabin scene, we're going to grab a fairly large size brush. I'm going to use a Grumbacher number 10. Get it wet with water. Going to be using my Hooker's green over here, fairly loose. And I'm just going to go in. I actually want to grab some Paynes gray to it. Just make these really watered down simple looking loose tree shapes behind the cabin, very lightly. Like so. Just right behind the cabin. Since you already know how to make a cabin, so I'm not going to go into that tutorial part. These are going to be very faded. I'm going to fade that one out, bleed that one out a little bit. Bring it down to the snow part. Right to the edge of the snow. Like so. Not hitting the cabin. Working around the cabin. It's very light. There you go, you can see that better. Okay, we're going to let this dry and come back. Okay, we're back. Now we're going to do another layer of the trees. Again, very loose. Like a tree shape. Just kind of like, you do a line down and just plop it around it. So you're getting the point that it's a evergreen pine tree. You don't want it too concentrated. Like a little wet on the edges here. I'll take some of that away. We're building up our trees. Like so. Again over here, by the cabin. It's like layers of tree shapes. Careful not getting the cabin. Getting to the edge of the snow. Okay, we're going to come back again. We're going to dry this again. We're back, and now we're going to grab some fairly concentrated Hooker's green. I'm going to add some Paynes gray to it. You don't want it super watery. I'm going to put in our tree. I do the line down and then little lines next to it, going down at an angle. See that? Make another little one here by the roof. Can do a tall one back here, just so you see the shape of a pine tree. And do a tall one. Just moving that around. Do another one right here. Just mushing this around. You could add some snow on it. I'll show you that in a bit. And make sure the bottom is a little bit wider than the top. Just mushing that around. You get the idea. It's kind of looking blobby instead of more delicate. So I'm taking some paint off my brush. moving it around. I'm going to add a little black to that. Have it bleed. It's a little darker. Maybe by the edge of here. Do a couple little ones in here. Just gonna go like this pretty quickly. Like so. It's our daytime forest. While that's drying, I'm going to grab the Grumbacher number 2. You can make this any color again, red or brown. I might make this brown actually, with a little red. So reddish brown. That one's a very bright red, the first one. This one will make this less so. Keep the windows like they've been covered in the snow. And then take that same color and make it lighter on this side. You just do that by taking some of the paint away. And then you want to add more brown, some red to this side to give it that shadow effect. It's a cabin in the woods, wintertime. Now, I didn't touch this. I'm going to go this other side a little more. There we go. So now it looks like it really was snow on the roof. In the snow part, you can do gray, you could do, I'm just going to get loose water on my brush. Grab some turquoise, ultramarine. It could be gray. Actually, I'm going to do gray in this one. Just giving a little snow shadow. Can't see, that's a little too bright. Push it around on the edges, on the bottom. Oops, I had some black pigment on there. That's okay. If you want to go in and really add some nicer detail to the cabin with a little teeny brush, a little black, a little brown, just on the edge. Let's see, it's pretty concentrated. There you go. Around the windows and on the edge. That's a daytime one. And I add a little door right here with just a paint. Look at that. We'll take that off. Dun, 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 dun. The magic of television. No, I'm sorry. The magic of YouTube. By the way, I have an acrylic channel on my on YouTube. You can find the link on the About page or the home page on my YouTube. It's called Amazing Art. I have to change it eventually, but right now that's what it's called. And that's acrylic paintings that I've been doing. So let's zoom back out. And here's your day and night snowy cabin in the woods. So if you like this tutorial, please like, share, and subscribe. I thank you so much for stopping by. I thank you so much for all your wonderful comments. I love the feedback. Feedback is great. It helps me to do things that people want to see. So I hope you have a great day, and thanks for stopping by.